Guys, my name is Hilal and today I'm going to show you how to create native image using GraalVM. So GraalVM is a new VM from Oracle in which you can run more than one programming language together and also create a native image using that. So let's get started. So go to your favorite browser and search for GraalVM. Okay, then open the GraalVM page. Here you would have a bunch of options if you want to get started or you want to read the doc. So the latest version for the GraalVM is this 20.1, so it's 21.0 basically. So we can go to the download. Now the GraalVM actually has two types of version. One is the community version, which is totally free, you can use it, and one is the enterprise version. So we don't want the enterprise version, we want the community version. Also there are four versions available. One is this 20.0, 20.3, which is kind of a bit more stable than this nightly bundle, and this is the most stable one. Okay, so we're gonna go with this 20.3. okay, and okay, so just click on this, download from GitHub. Now here you will have lots of assets, so make sure you know your operating system. In my case it's Windows and it's a 64-bit machine, so I'm gonna go for this one, and I'm gonna go for Java 11. That's why I'm gonna go for this one. And if you want for Java 8, then you have to go for this one. So I'm not gonna download it because I already have it. So after you have downloaded, it's a zip file, and then extract it into your desired location. So I'm going to skip that thing because that's pretty simpler and anyone can do it. Okay, after that, extract to a location or the place where you want to extract. So in my case, I've extracted in my C drive and in the program file in the Java directory. So you see here the Graal. Okay, so just click and see. So this is the Graal file here, and in that we have got the bin directory. Okay, so this is the Graal file I'm having. Okay, now after that, just close this and search for environment variable. So just search for environment system, edit the system environment variable, and then search for environment variable. Here, go to Java Home and change the desired location to C, to the location where the GraalVM is. So in my case, it is in the C drive program file Java GraalVM, and click OK. After that, go to the path file and change this. Okay, so most of you would have this bin directory in the Java Home. Okay, so this is pretty simple, and it is it has been for years like that, so it's not a thing to be told, but then also I'm explaining it a bit. So now if you have done these all things correctly, then this should happen. Okay, then search, open for just go to your command prompt and search for Java version. Okay, oh, I mistyped that, Java/version. So I'm having this OpenJDK 11 GraalVM. Okay, no problem, perfect. Okay, now so we want to make a native image. Alright, so for creating a native image, there are some requirements in the case of Windows. In the case of Mac and Linux, this is pretty simple and you don't need any extra tool for that. But in the case of Windows, you need a tool called Visual Studio. Now Visual Studio is a kind of a tool provided by Microsoft for creating .NET applications, or it's a kind of it's a very good tool, you can say. It's really powerful also for making and creating apps for Windows and even JavaScript app or web apps, you can say, or C++ if you want to make some game developments. So just go and download this Visual Studio, and please download the community version, which is pretty simple. So I'm going to show you. Wait a minute, that would be good. So go to your browser and search for Visual Studio, okay, and download the 2019 version, which is the latest one here. So just go and download this free community version out of it, and then once you've downloaded, then go to the installer and then install the installer. Once you've installed the installer, then it should look like, and then open something like this. Okay, so in my case, my Visual Studio is installed, so it's going to ask you this every time you try to install it. Okay, so it's taking a bit of time. Okay, now we're there. So in my case, since the installer is almost done, so it would not ask me to install the complete thing once more. But if you are new, then it will tell you there is nothing available, so go for the community or something like professional or the like enterprise version. So just click on community, and I'm just, for the part, I am just showing like clicking here, modify here. But whenever you will click to community, then the same kind of thing will happen for you. So let this build itself properly, and here just click on this desktop C++ and MSVC. So this is MSVC is the thing which you need, okay, and then go for download. This will take around 2 gigs and will be completed, so that all depends upon the internet speed that you're having. Alright, so far so good. The next thing that we need to do is that create a Java project. Okay, so just go and create a Java project. So I'm going to open Notepad. Alright, so it's gone pretty crazy. I think so the Windows searches, just search for Notepad. So open your Notepad and then create a main class or simply a class. So class like hello world. Okay, so just make it uppercase here, and then go and just create public static void main string args, and we need to print simply hello world. Hello world. Okay, so that's fine. Put the semicolon there, close the main, and then close the class, and we can just save this. So I'm going to save it in the desired location I want to save. So I'm going to name it as hello world.java. Okay, that's the name and should name and save it. Close this thing. So now I'm gonna open my terminal now, and like I'm gonna open this one because okay, just open the okay, good. So I'm gonna open the terminal, and so this is the location in which we save the Java file. So I'm gonna just first compile it, and then okay, so hello world dot Java. So first compile it. Fine, so we have compiled it, and then we can run it. Okay, good. So now we have compiled the Java file into the Java bytecode, and then we call Java and then the file name, and then it's working fine with no problems. Now we have to create a native image of this thing, okay, this hello world Java file. Okay, so if you want to do using the normal terminal, it's not gonna work, and that is why we installed the VS Code thing. Okay, so just go and find the Visual Studio. If you download Visual Studio, then search for native tool command prompt. Okay, open this thing, and for some time just check the version of Java which you have installed there for confirmation. So that's fine, we're having GraalVM, no problems are there. Okay, now you need to go to the directory where the jar file is there. Oh sorry, where the file which you have made there is present. So in my case it's not there, so I'm gonna go to that directory. So just looking for the directory like that. Okay, we are here, good to go, no problem. Okay, just copy this one and then paste this one there. We are on this thing, perfect. Now the main thing just begins here. Okay, now type there native and then given hyphen name image, and after that now type the name of the file which is there. Okay, and then press enter. So this will take some time depending upon the computer what you're having, and then you will get a native image in the directory where the file is there. Okay, so let's wait for the process to complete. Okay, so we have actually completed the process of native imaging, and when you complete it, then something like this will be shown. And if you go to the directory where your Java file was, there would be a exe file of the same name, hello world. Okay, and then some bunch of other files will also be there. So if I go here, then I see the original Java file which we actually created, and then there is a hello world.exe, and then some other file libs, and then exp. So these are some other files which we are not concerned about now. So you can directly open this via here. Since this is a single process, that's why it's just executing and then closing itself, but you can just even open it from here, just like type the name what is having. So it is hello world, and just see how fast that is. It's super fast, so that's very nice. And actually they have achieved I think so. Since it's a pre-compiled code, that's why it's really fast. Okay, apart from classes or the normal Java file, you can even convert a jar file into an executable. So to convert a jar file into an executable, there is a similar kind of process but little bit different. Okay, so how we'll do it, let me show you some of the other thing that I have made using this. So recently I made a project for the tic-tac-toe game, you can say. So just type here tic-tac-toe, and this will just execute, and I want to play against the computer and the first row, and like okay, so this is a game which I made using Java, and then I converted and then I converted into an exe file using the native image. And like, you can just go and oh, it defeated me. So in this way you can create more such files. So okay, now we will see how to convert a jar file into this native image. So first of all, you should have a jar file for that. So in my case, I've already made a jar file. So making a jar file is pretty simple. I have already made a video how to do that. You can just go and watch that in my channel. So what I'm going to do is that just go to that jar file and then bring this jar file to this directory here. Now why I'm doing that, because it's pretty simple. Otherwise you need to just go to that directory. It's a big process, so I just don't want to repeat it. So in my case, it's a console calculator. Just gonna go my art directory. So I'm already having a jar file here. Make sure this jar file has been made using GraalVM, or even not GraalVM, but like you should be using Java 11. If you have higher version, then there could be a problem. So make sure then it has been compiled using the same Java version. Even though if it is beyond that, no problem if it's not using some newer features of Java, like switch expressions or text block, like that. So if that would be using those features, then obviously those jar file would not work with this version of Java. Okay, so I'm having the jar file here for the console calculator. So the process would be pretty much similar. Okay, if you want to see what this is, you can just type here java/jar, and I can just say console calculator, and this will just work. Oops, I didn't put the jar extension there. Okay, now this is a pretty simple kind of a calculator. If you want something like that, it will just solve for you. So now this is the calculator I'm making. You can just get the help from there, like the help, so like the things that you can do using this calculator. And you can even clean the screen using /c, not /c, cls. This will just screen all the thing. So now this is a jar file, but we don't want the jar file, but we want the jar file's native image. So what we will do, so let's get out of this process and then begin the process. So what we have to do is that first type native image as we did previously. Okay, and then after that give an hyphen and type jar, and on the double quotes write the name of the jar file. So in my case it is console calculator. I will write calculator, console calculator, and only write .jar. So this will okay, there's some kind of problem there. So it's telling no such file is there. What am I doing? Okay, so I don't think so. You need to give this hyphen here. Okay, fine. So this is working fine. One thing I've noticed that if you want to convert a jar file into a native image, then it is much more easier and faster as compared to a normal class or a normal Java file. So it's a bit faster. So I would just tell you to, if you want to convert any project into a native file, then use this concept of jar. I just convert it into a jar and then again convert it into a native image. So this will again take some time, and we're gonna wait and watch. Okay, so this is done now. One thing I would like to mention is that while I was running this, there was many fails. For example, the correct command for running the native image on jar files is native, and then give a space, and then give /jar, and then console calculator.jar. Okay. Earlier we were writing like native image like this, but this failed. So the correct command is this. Okay. So let's go and then see whether we have got that thing or not. Okay. So I will just close this and open the location where the jar file is. So in my case it's this one. So lots of files are being created here. This is the file which we are interested in. So you see how quickly that started. And now I'm just making it a bit bigger so that we can see it. So this is the calculator, and like you can pretty much do almost anything. Like I can find trigonometric function like that, and it's super fast. I mean, how fast do we want it? Let me show you something. Just like it's kind of a crazy thing, but let me show you something. It just okay. So where is that file? Not this one. I'm searching for. Yeah, this one. So just imagine how big this expression is. Just you can pass on anything like that, and then it will just calculate for you. So just paste it. This is terribly long. I'm not sure what this will do. Print OK, and then you get the answer. If you want to clean the screen, you can then clean the complete screen. You can even find the factorial using it, and that is super quick. So this is native image using GraalVM. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and keep watching Coding and Programming. Thank you very much.